I was not terribly familiar with Black Hawk. It was a place that I'd only found a reason to drive through on my way to some other place. It's a little bit surprising that 20 minutes out of Golden, up Clear Creek Canyon, that you do run into this community that feels like stepping back in time.
Mother Nature will reclaim Maryland Mountain once again. And it'll just be part of the history at that point. That's what it's all about in Black Hawk. Paying homage to those that came before us, but also forging our way into the future. Yeah, I'm the fifth generation of my family to be a Black Hawkite. There's a story that was told to me by my grandfather and told to him by his, that before the train was built to Black Hawk, wagons pulled into the city, and when they stopped on Main Street, the townsfolk gathered around to see what had come into town, and 5 of the wagons were loaded down with whiskey and 1 was loaded down with flour, and my great-great-grandfather hollered out, "What in the hell are we going to do with all that flour?"
Black Hawk does, in a lot of ways, feel like that little bit of a time capsule. I thought I was just going, up the highway. I didn't realize I was time traveling. Salt of the earth people that many of them have been there for several generations. And they have an ethos there that's very different.
The folks that lived in Black Hawk in the 1860s, and frankly, even today, pretty independent, and we chart our own course. And that has been part of Black Hawk's success, is that we do what's best for Black Hawk. There were some tough times in Black Hawk. Originally they came for the mining, but the Great Depression started earlier and lasted longer, and so we were barely surviving. Under our original territorial charter, we had the right to regulate gaming.
They're obviously known for their gambling and their casinos. That's a big part of what Black Hawk has been for the last couple of decades.
But we knew we had to expand from only offering gaming. We want to stand out in Colorado and frankly in the region as having some of the best mountain bike trails you can ride. Even though we had the concept, it wasn't until we met the Colorado Mountain Bike Association that it really started to come together.
Colorado is synonymous with mountain biking, and some of the best mountain biking in the world is here. It's a unique piece of property, right? The ruggedness of it, the way it's laid out.
From mountainous terrain to open valley and the backdrop of the Continental Divide.
And the big slabs and the boulders and the cliff faces. So it just lent itself to whatever kind of experience we could imagine and create something that really we just don't get the chance to do. When you look at something like Maryland Mountain that has the mining history that it does, it's a big part of who they are and what they're proud of and where they come from. And you almost get that sense of activity as you're going through, right? That you can feel the hustle and bustle that was once a part of that part of the mountain.
It's pretty amazing to think that the tunnels going in and the shafts, it was hand steel, it was hand drilling, and then dynamiting. It took a hardy group to be a hard rock miner. And when you look at what Kamba and the Boulder Mountain Bike Alliance has built, it took a lot to do that. There's not power running into there.
I've been struck several times since we've been out there working at how similar and how dissimilar we are. Certainly the work we're doing, I would not trade for theirs at all. In a million years, that's rough and tumble stuff. But it's cool to have that connectivity. You do get some of that ruggedness. It just has all those pieces that make a really great place for a trail system. The whole thing is just about what's already there. You know, the way mountain biking started, just take your bike out and go ride what's there. Maybe there's a trail, maybe there isn't. Looking at a trail like Horseshoe, true double black trail has been a project that we just don't get the chance to do.
Anything we do in Blackhawk has to have a wow factor. It's got to be must-see. And some of the trails, they harken back to that indomitable spirit.
One of the things that's most unique about it is just the steepness. You know, I think it averages 30% over the course of its 2/3 of a mile. By and large, most trails that are being built now are going to be in that 5 to 10% range on average.
Naming an Horseshoe fit quite well. A chute would have been a way to convey ore that held the gold and silver down to a wagon. And given the fact you know that a chute would be going downhill, that certainly fits the trail.
To be able to go right at the hardest, most challenging, that's where the main line is, that's where the flow and the rhythm are. Clearly with Horseshoe, we've created something that is very much, every inch of it is about the journey. It's really taken the region by storm. Modern trail building is the way it is for a reason. It's more sustainable. You have complete control over the experience that you're creating. You can address it to exactly the challenge level that you want. I mean, ultimately, we don't have a purpose-built double black trail on public lands around here. Horseshoe is it. It's the one.
That's what it's all about in Blackhawk. Paying homage to those that came before us, but also forging our way into the future.